Hey guys, how you doing? Today I've got some Call of Duty Warzone for you. We're going to be spectating some random solo players and learning from their plays. The start of this game was a little bit boring, so this guy just got a couple of kills. So I thought I'd just come back into the game when it was a little bit more interesting. So we're currently rotating in with the second zone, and there's a fair bit of action in downtown. He's having to rotate all the way through downtown. Everyone in this area will be pushed out into the open, so hopefully there should be a little bit more action. This guy was playing relatively passively, so I don't expect him to be trying to force people off the roofs as he pushes through, but we'll have to see what he can do and if he can actually survive. This isn't actually his loadout. He got it off another guy. He kind of just hid in a corner for a little bit, so he hasn't had enough time to get his loadout, so he has no perks, but he did get a UAV recently. Maybe he's going to go for a second UAV now. He's got 2 minutes as the zone closes, so he's got plenty of time. There's not any vehicles anywhere near him, so he's going to have to do this whole rotation on foot, which is difficult, especially through this area where there could well be people hiding in any room. If I were him, I probably would have rotated considerably earlier. He was in Promenade, then Hospital. If I were him, I probably would have rotated up this way because it's a lot harder to be snuck up on in this area, because if you go along the crest of this hill, you can see either side looking down, and someone's not going to be able to sneak up on you. Maybe you could get sniped, but anyone could be hiding in any corner, so you have to be a little bit careful. By waiting so long, most people will have already rotated, tried to push a little bit ahead of the storm, so he should be relatively safe, but you never know. Someone could still be waiting for him, and once he gets to the edge, I don't give him much of a chance of survival, because if someone is on Stadium, they'll be able to take him out as he rotates in, probably. He could, I suppose, go and get a UAV, or he got a free self-revive earlier, but you go and get a UAV just to see if there is people very close by to him. When he popped his previous one, there were quite a few dots on it, so we'll have to see. Okay, nice. So, couple of people in Stadium, and obviously there might be a few people ghosted, but instead, okay. I assume he's a controller player, just because that was a little bit slow marking the map. And if I were him, maybe even just get the vehicle and rotate up into zone or up into getting this truck and then into zone. So 2 people on Stadium, 3 people in Stadium, 1 person in this firehouse. Anyone else we can see? And 1 person in this collection of buildings. Yeah, he just has a FFAR and this gun, so he's not going to be sniping anyone anytime soon. We'll have to see what he can do. He likes to just randomly shoot at people without getting close enough to kill them. Like, if he sees them for like a couple of frames, he just shoots them, so don't be surprised if he does that and gives away his position. This loadout isn't my favourite for this zone because we're out in the open, in the top right of the map, so in this area you would probably want a sniper just because you're likely to be having sort of medium to longer range fights rather than having to clear lots of buildings. I mean, the FAR's good for clearing the buildings, but it's good enough to cover the medium range whilst this gun could be replaced by a sniper. So he should definitely still try and get his loadout. He didn't get his free loadout drop either. It dropped too far away from him and he was playing too passively to go and get it. Right. He seems happy just to be waiting on the edge of zone, so I might join back with him once he decides to actually do something. So he's now just found this guy coming out of the vehicle. He stunned him, but decided not to shoot him after he stunned him, which is a slightly odd decision. And yeah, there we go. Now, that's kind of what was expected. He was a little bit too slow and a little bit too ponderous, and he gets taken out. Yeah, he was just playing a bit passively. If I were him, and you do want to play a bit slower, just play slowly inside of the zone. And this guy who killed him is already in a fight with a different person, so the edge of Stadium's pretty hot. Oh, that was nice. He's good with the semtexes, isn't he? Oh, no, he did. Oh, okay. So the guy that killed our first guy third-partied this guy from Stadium, I think, because it was the R9 person who killed us originally, and now this guy, who was taking out our guy originally and had his kill poached, has taken fight and won, and now he's going to rotate the zone. I hope that wasn't too confusing. So he seems pretty well set up. He's got a precision airstrike, full plates, self-revive. Nicely well set up. 5 kills, not a decent number, so we're going to be rotating in now. I like this in a vehicle. Slightly odd direction. I suppose he wants to go towards the side of the zone, towards this side on the right. Hopefully catch people rotating out of lumber. There'll be a few people in these buildings, I assume, already set up, so let's see, especially as there's a buy station. Is he going to the buy station? He's not going to be able to reach that. Not a chance. Nope. This was a slightly dubious decision. Yep, he's realised that now. And let's get into zone. I do quite like this though, rotating around the edge of zone, just in case he can catch any stragglers. He's going for kills then, rather than just trying to play super safe. And he does see a truck. He's got a couple of Semtexes and his precision airstrike, so if he wants to take with the fight with the truck, he kind of can, but isn't likely to win any fights, to be honest. He needs sort of thermites or C4 to do that. Right. Just rotating in. And he's doing the rest on foot. By driving up to the edge of zone, it's kind of obvious that you got out here if you just left your vehicle there, especially if people were paying attention in this area, so not the best thing to do, I'd say. Just use the vehicle to get into the middle of the zone, because he's still going to have to rotate in, unless he's lucky with the zone. This looks like it's probably going to be a quarry ending, but see. Okay. He's going to take out that truck and also try and kill this guy. If I were him, I probably would have just waited for the guy to go to the buy station, because, I mean, why else would you stop there unless you're trying to buy something? So we could have lasered him as he was buying, and very vulnerable, but I mean, he killed the guy's truck, so now he knows that he has to fight this guy in this area before he rotates into zone. Right. It looks like he was ghosted, the other person, so he's not going to be showing up on the heartbeat sensor. I quite like this guy's movement, though. He seems not to be overdoing the slide cancels. Oh, was that guy on the roof? Not sure where we spotted him. I think he was on the roof rather than down low, but I'm not sure. Try to reposition through the building. If I were him, maybe get on top of the police station behind him. Yeah. Get a little bit of a height advantage, although he could use the other building to sort of mask where he's going, the other guy, but let's see. Maybe he's going for the, what's it called, bounty contract. Yep. As we thought. The problem is now, not other than that little ATV behind him, they're both having to rotate a decent distance on foot, so I mean, one of them's going to have to die unless the other guy's already started rotating into zone. And he's just tried to leave it. Right. I mean, not going for that bounty type anytime soon, is he? Oh, right, what are we saying? This looks like the other guy must have gone already. I mean, unless they're both waiting exactly for zone, they're going to be in trouble if they have done that, because, I mean, one of them has to die, don't they? Let's see what he decides to do, though. He's a little bit tunnel visioned on that guy, though, because there could well be someone up in the fire station tower, because this is just about near to zone. Oh, that guy patiented him out. Patiented was more patient than him. That is the correct way to say that. I mean, although he got some armor plates off him, that guy has to push into him, so he's actually in a relatively decent position. Oh, a little bit laggy. I mean, because he now knows the other guy is behind him, so he's lost the element of splice, basically, hasn't he? So it's going to be difficult for that guy to push past him now. If I were him, yeah. Nice. He played that really nicely after he didn't get taken out. This guy, well, he needed a sniper, take him out in one shot, basically, didn't he? Once you give him the element of surprise away, if you have to push into a player and you know that that player has to push into you, you just have such an advantage. Right. A little bit of a shame that the fire station's not in for him, because he can't chill in this area, and he does not have very much cover. That is going to be a relatively hot buy station, isn't it? Because anyone in these buildings will now be forced into this little compound and building, so he's going to run into some people, I'd assume. 13 people left, so a relatively slow game. Right. Don't like this rotating out in the open. If I were him, I would have still tried to keep my vehicle. I mean, obviously it's out of the zone now, but it's not great for him having to rotate all this way on foot. I don't think that's a spawn, so someone's definitely in these buildings. I mean, we knew that anyway, just because there's not that many buildings in zone, so there has to be some people there. Heartbeat sensor. That's just a bit of a waste. Yeah, I mean, that's cleared off people from half of that roof, but he does have a heartbeat sensor. He seems to have forgotten that he could just ping these buildings just in case. Okay. There doesn't appear to be anyone anywhere near apart from this guy on the edge of zone. This is a horrendous final zone. If I were him, I'd be trying to get a vehicle and get up onto this cliffside, because then you're probably going to win the game. So 2 people here. There must be at least 1 or 2 people in this area, though. It's just how the game works, isn't it? Right, if I were him, get a vehicle and get into the final zone. I mean, he's not particularly going for kills, is he? So, I mean, it's the right rotation, but I would have done it in a vehicle, especially as there were a couple easily close by. The UAV detects people right on the edge of it? Yeah, so there was a guy in this building that he airstriked, but the UAV detects people on the edge of it, so there still could be a couple of people here. Although, because there was a person right on the edge of the zone, you'd expect they'd have cleared out this area, so this should be relatively safe, especially as he came, obviously, from here like this. So there was a guy in front of him, so this whole area should be relatively safe for him. But if I were him, yeah, just try and get up onto the hillside. I like this. What was his secondary weapon? I think it's a assault rifle, is it? So he doesn't have a sniper, which would give him a relatively good advantage. Nice. You sneak up on this guy. Oh, not the best accuracy. Yeah, that fight should always have been taken first with the assault rifle, just because it's quite hard to control the Mac 10 at that range. But he won the fight in the end. Turn around, because that guy behind you is having to rotate into zone. You could probably get a relatively easy kill on him. Yep. Is he going to get stuck? Is the problem. Nope. That cliff looked a little bit harder to run past than I thought. Right. There's a guy beneath him. Don't give up your position on the hill, though, is all I would say, because he is in such a good position. I'm not sure why he's not running, though. Because the gas mask makes a noise that people can hear, so you can run anyway. Right, you need to be careful of people all the way up, but can you actually get all the way up on this hillside? I'm not sure. Maybe with a vehicle. He's in a really good position, though. Maybe just heartbeat sensor. Oh, that will be a yes. I just don't understand why he... No, you have... I mean, what was that? Come on, guys. He doesn't seem to like to use his medium range gun. He just likes to use his close range gun at medium range. I mean, I know the Mac 10's decent at that range, but he can't really control the recoil enough to be using it like that. And he could have easily got that kill. And especially... if you get a swap weapon, swap it to your gun rather than your precision airstrike. I mean, he got the kill in the end, but a little bit lucky. So he sees one person having to rotate in. There was a red dot around here. Okay, the hillside's opened up a little bit, so he's going to have more trouble rotating in. And, of course, truck right at the top, so there's definitely a guy in that area. 6 people left other than him. How's he doing? As long as he doesn't get sniped from behind or a guy coming up behind him. I probably would have tried to rotate in with the zone towards the top edge, just because now the person we saw in the valley just down here could well be sneaking up behind him, because the cliff has got a lot less steep, so he can actually do that now. He's getting distracted. I would be trying to clear out this guy at the top of the hill, because if you can get this truck, you've won this zone, basically, because there is no cover if you drive around in it. I'm surprised that guy at the top of the hill hasn't checked him out and taken him. Okay, so the other truck's in. Yeah, as we said, Beaver could be rotating up behind him, and he just gets caught out. Yeah, in that point, once you stop moving, you allow people to either rotate in from behind you or from in front of you as well. So once you've rotated... oh, here's someone coughing in the gas. But yeah, once you've rotated, you've cleared out that area behind you for a few seconds, like 10, 15 seconds. So if you keep on going, especially where you know a guy is, you'll be able to make sure that your back is still covered. But if you stand still, you obviously give time for people to catch up with you. So we're now playing the let's hide in the bush strategy, where it looks like he could kill this guy relatively easily. But do not go down into the valley. Yeah, there we go. That looks like that was the guy who was by the truck. Luckily, this guy's got a revive. It seems like he's going to be up and about. But, yeah, that guy's taking the truck in. So 2 trucks, 1 in the valley below him. Probably 1 on the other side of the zone. See how he's doing. Right, that guy's posted up with his truck to give him cover. He is not in a good position, though. Both the guys in trucks are much better suited to the zone, just because they have portable cover. Right. Okay, is he going to be able to laser this guy? I mean, at least he used the right gun this time. If I were him... no, don't, no. Oh, he's lost it. He's just lost the game. I mean, he's going to easily get that kill, but he's at such a disadvantage on this guy who's now above him. He's made a complete mess. 1v1. I don't know if he's realised that it's 1v1, but by being in this position, especially if the zone pulls up, yeah, he's going to struggle here. If that guy's get out the truck, and he should be able to shoot him as he runs up the hill. It looks like that guy just wants to play in the truck, so maybe not the most confident player, as he's let him get all the way up this hill easily. This is... I mean, I assume that the guy just wants to run him over with the truck, but If he plays this well, he should easily be able to win this now. That guy could have taken him out when he was above him on the hill, but apparently not. Unless he's stuck. Oh, yeah, just about managed. Right, what's his plan? That was a weird loadout. Fallon shotgun. That's about, what, 6 months out of date? Oh! Oh my word, that's such a... such a bad way to die. How many kills did this guy have? That's horrendous, but he played that so badly. I mean, both of them played it badly. Why would you stand still on the edge of the zone where someone knows you where you are? Just run around in the middle and put more damage into the truck, because it was probably going to die relatively soon. That was a very anticlimactic end zone, wasn't it? Well, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you want more spectating and also Call of Duty Warzone content. Thanks for watching.